Hello guys, it's Merlin here, and I have another reaction video to another show that I was introduced to, this time a Marvel one, and that would be Hulk, Agents of S.M.A.S.H. And while with Beware the Batman I thought that it was a fairly decent beginning to a show for a character, I feel that this one, let's just say, misrepresented certain ideas very badly. When I first started watching the first episode, I actually thought that it was going to be a fairly decent film, to be perfectly honest. It had a great voice cast. It had the voice actor that recently voiced Hulk in Avengers: Earth's Mightiest Heroes. Seth Green was voicing Rick Jones. They had Clancy fucking Brown as the Red Hulk. Okay, right there, good cast. And the basic idea of the series, with Hulk down in a bunker, with him, Rick Jones, trying to basically prove that the Hulk's a good person, going around saving people, seemed pretty cool, honestly. I actually was okay with that. And I liked that. Like, the basic concepts were there. It starts out with some pretty intense action, the animation seems fairly good, the design of the Hulk's good, everything seems alright from the first, maybe 5 minutes or so. And apparently, Annihilus is trying to use gamma radiation to open a giant hole into our reality so that he can either send his drones out to consume Earth or suck Earth into the negative zone. It's not really clear. And so Hulk goes out to try and stop him. And then things just go really badly. Because, for one thing, it seems like it's trying to take itself seriously, but then there's just a lot of random slapstick just at the Hulk's expense. It's just really out of nowhere. It really breaks the tone, almost constantly. It goes up and down. It's just horrible. And also, they constantly do these jump cuts. I'm serious. Every 5 seconds, it's hey, you there, cut over there, oh, cut over there. All these sliding and multiple squares of shots, mimicking comic book panels, but all over the place. It's like watching a 1970s anime combined with just some really ridiculous crap. I mean, it's like the entire show was designed for small kids with heavy ADHD problems. Seriously, it's all over the place. It's so fast-paced that you almost can't keep up with what's going on in the action. And the quality in the animation shifts from being pretty good to really crappy, constantly. It's just really inconsistent once again. Okay? That's incredibly distracting and makes the episode really difficult to follow, right? But, alright, I can still kind of get past it. Clancy Brown as the Red Hulk is honestly a great choice. And in this series, apparently, the Hulk is going to have a team of Hulks, much like in World War Hulks. Another mess. But he's going to work with the Red Hulk. Now, the Red Hulk is usually a villain. He's General Thunderbolt Ross. He's one of the Hulk's archenemies. So, that's a bit out of his character. But I could see if there were threats big enough for them to work with each other, I could kind of see it working. However, they make Red Hulk a goofball. A complete joke. They make a complete joke out of him. He does not have any This is terrible. He does not have any grievances towards the Hulk whatsoever, and there's no explanation. When do they become friends? Okay, that's bad enough. Then Scar, for no reason, comes out of nowhere. The Hulk's son comes out of nowhere, is being controlled by Annihilus, and apparently the Hulk has no idea who he is. So apparently this is supposed to take place after Planet Hulk, but judging by how the Hulk is acting and how he seems to have no idea who Scar is, that doesn't seem possible, so maybe Scar's from the future. I don't know. And then Rick Jones. Okay, Rick Jones is probably my favorite thing about the show. I just really thought he was funny. I liked his chemistry with the Hulk. He was trying to kind of record things, kind of doing this reality TV thing, which was a fun idea, but didn't really make sense because they seem to have cameras everywhere at the most inopportune times. But anyway, Rick Jones was alright. I liked him. He gets turned into A-Bomb, which you know was coming. But the design of A-Bomb looks nothing like his comic book counterpart. And in the comic, A-Bomb really did not like the fact that he transformed right away. He had a hard time dealing with it. It was basically, as my friend and I were discussing, like the conflict that the Thing has. He gets over it, but he turns into a monster and he doesn't quite accept that right away. And the show is like, yeah, I'm a giant mutant, I can help the Hulk now. And there's no real smooth transition at all. So they completely ignore that aspect of the character and the storyline. Then, okay, in the second episode, She-Hulk is introduced. And She-Hulk is going to come in to help her out. And to be perfectly honest, the character seemed like she was about the same personality. But apparently, she's a Hollywood stunt double. And I quote, she says that when you are a 6-foot-tall, indestructible green woman, you have low job opportunities. What? Are you kidding me? There's a ton of things you could do, especially in the Marvel Universe. What are you talking about? And even worse, She-Hulk, I don't know if any of you know this, some of you might. In the comics, one of her greatest, most defining character attributes is that she's a lawyer. She is the She-Hulk, and she's still an active lawyer. She practices law. She often defends superheroes in superhero-related cases. She does not give one fuck about what you think about what she looks like. That's one of the awesome things about She-Hulk. And they took that away from her. I don't care if she's played by Eliza Dushku or not. They fucked that up. Okay, they fucked it up. They fucked up the most basic thing about She-Hulk that made her cool. The only good thing about this show that I could see is that at the last 5 minutes of the second episode, the Hulk and Annihilus do fight, and Annihilus is just trying to use his cosmic rod, and it does fail. But, you know, what you gotta do when you're fighting the Hulk. What I don't understand is the fact that, you know, they had the Hulk and all his other Hulk-related superpowered buddies going around, and they're best known for being incredibly physically strong and punching, destroying, and wrecking continents. And you have them flying around in the negative zone, firing people with spaceships. Okay, firing lasers at people. Just seems like a really weird choice. Basically, they did what they did with the new Ultimate Spider-Man show. You know, this was supposed to be a continuation of Avengers Assemble, that Hulk, just as the Ultimate Spider-Man show was originally supposed to be a continuation, sort of the Spirit of Spectacular Spider-Man, at least more aligned with the Ultimate Spider-Man comics, darker, more serious, more accessible to a broader audience. But once again, not only do they aim it at very small children, limiting their audience, but they betray some of the fundamental aspects of the characters and the comic book story arcs which they are basing their episodes on. Come on, guys. I know you're better than this. And what pisses me off, more than anything else, is that both Ultimate Spider-Man and this new Hulk show, they were produced by Jeff Loeb, okay? One of, like, the best comic book writers of DC and Marvel. He's done great stuff. He did Long Halloween, Daredevil Yellow, Spider-Man Blue, Hulk Gray. He knows his stuff. He knows Hulk. He and Tim Sale did a Hulk comic that was really good, okay? I know he knows the Hulk. Even worse, Paul fucking Dini, wrote this. And he wrote Ultimate Spider-Man. Paul Dini, one of the key writers from Batman the Animated Series back in the 90s. Paul fucking Dini. I mean, maybe he's just more of a DC guy, but he's such a good writer that I have to believe that he just either didn't have that much creative control or he's gotten lazy. I don't know what's going on, but I am probably not going to watch the show. I don't know if I hate it quite as much as Ultimate Spider-Man, because Ultimate Spider-Man, like, really messed up Doctor Doom, and it's not as bad as Ultimate Spider-Man, but it's not much better. I have to say that. It's probably not going to get any better. I'm not going to continue watching it. I would not recommend it if you're a Hulk fan. After watching 2 episodes, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, that's how I feel about Hulk, Agents of S.M.A.S.H. Yeah. Alright, guys. Well, hope you had fun watching me rant and get a little pissed off about that. Anyway, I've done a lot of videos today, so this will probably be the last one. I'm finally going to get that Q&A video out. I'm going to do that Treasure Island video. More character analysis, more movie reviews, comic book stuff, you know. Alright, guys. Comment below. Let me know what you'd like to see in the future, what you think of the Hulk show if you saw it. And, yeah. Alright, guys. Merlin out. Peace.